Very excited to be joined now with head coach of the Virden Oil Capitals, Mr. Tyson Ramsey. Tyson, thanks for doing this today.
Yeah, no worries, Dave.
All right, so why don't you give us a kind of an overview of your thoughts of your season to this point?
Yeah, I think it's well, really 2 seasons to be honest. I think we started the year with a younger group. We knew that and that we were going to be a little bit younger. Certainly, some kids that could have returned that moved on to higher levels, which happens, and you're happy for them, and they're all doing well. So that's great to see. But that made our group a little bit younger, and we knew that going in, and we knew there was going to be some growing pains there with that, and certainly there was in the first half of the season, and then you get to Christmas time or the trade freeze, and although our record wasn't great, we're still in a playoff spot. So we felt like we wanted to go out and improve our group, and I think we did that. Since the Christmas break, adding a little bit of everything, to be honest. Starting with a goaltender, we felt like that needed to be a little bit more solid, and adding some experience with Loic and a guy that we were familiar with from last year, and then to add a guy like Liam Gertzen who can score, and we felt like we lacked a little bit of that. And then the trade deadline, we felt like we had to add a centerman, and so we were able to get Adler Johnson and with some experience, and he's been great for us. And then to add a big body like Cole Robertson and a defenseman, a young defenseman who's going to be very, very good. We felt like we added to all the pieces of the puzzle, and since the Christmas break here, we've been a better group for sure. So yeah, younger group to start, and some good time. Those younger guys got some good minutes, and in tough situations, and so that certainly helped them along. But we felt like when we were in a playoff spot, we needed to get a little older and a little better, and I think we've done that.
So just with so many new bodies coming in, I've been lucky enough to talk to Ethan Guthrie a couple of times, and he, talked about working guys into the system, getting them to play Oil Capitals hockey, but they came in with a good mindset. How much, homework do you do on the characteristics and the personality of a player that you bring into an established locker room like you had?
Yeah, we do a lot of homework in that area, Dave. We want good players, obviously, but we want good people in our dressing room, and in a market like ours that's not very big. These guys are the community gets to know them so well, and so if you have guys that don't fit into the room and don't fit in our community, it becomes evident pretty quickly. So we those are the top two things we obviously look for. They obviously have to be good players, but they have to be good people, and they have to be willing to buy into what we're trying to accomplish here on and off the ice in Virden. And we felt like over the last number of years, we've really built a good culture here. It's a place that more often than not kids want to come to, and so we want to bring in kids that they're going to add to that.
Yeah, talk a little bit more about that community involvement. Ethan has mentioned a few times how he wants to leave a legacy of involvement from the players giving back to the community because they feel so loved by the fans that come to the games and make life as a junior A player in Virden so great. So just talk about, as an organization, building more of that rapport with the community.
Yeah, I think it's there's two parts to that in a small community. There's lots of opportunity to do that kind of thing, get out in the community. On the other hand, it's you're in the spotlight a lot here, just because of the size of it. We're only 3,500 people, and whenever our guys are out there, people see them, and most of the town sees them. So it's easy to get involved here. We have lots going on, and there's lots of organizations and schools and things that want us out there and doing those things, minor hockey teams and breakfast clubs, and so our team does a lot of stuff, and it's really over the last number of years, our guys have really bought into that. I think they want to do it. They don't put up their hand because they have to. We even have guys that are asking when the next thing is coming up, when they can put their name on the sheet in our players' lounge, and it's really neat to see, and the relationships that have built between our guys, especially the ones like Ethan who have been here for 3-4 years. The relationship that they've built with our community is outstanding, and it's really cool to see, and something that they'll remember for a lifetime.
We've got the MJSJ Showcase right around the corner. How much do the guys kind of look forward to that? How much do you look forward to that? And how excited are you to have a number of representatives from the Virden Oil Capitals a part of that wonderful 3-day event?
Yeah, it's always exciting, especially for the kids that, are going to go and leading up to wondering, who's going to be there. But, it's a really good event that I think the SJ and the MJ have really collaborated well on, and a really good event for kids to expose themselves a little bit to, to scouts and GMs of school teams and now Western Hockey League teams. And, so our guys are certainly the three guys that are going are looking forward to it. Getting a chance to play with some different guys too, and just a little bit of a break from the regular grind, I think is nice for them. And obviously the exposure part is the most important of it. They want to play well and they have some pride to it. And I think it's been a competitive event, and so the MJHL prides itself on doing well there, and so those guys, they buy into that and they're excited about it. And for myself, it's just nice to go and network a little bit with the other coaches, not necessarily just in our league, but through trades and player movement, you get a chance to talk to the SJ guys, so as to put names to faces and spend a little bit of time with those guys and pick their brains about how they run their programs and the things that they do that have been successful. I mean, that's how you grow your own, right? You don't have to reinvent the wheel all the time. Just having a conversation with somebody about what they do sometimes can spark something within your own group. So having those conversations is pretty cool for me. And then I love getting to work with the other players. You never know when there's a relationship there down the line that's going to pay off, and pretty cool to see those guys come together and be competitive and try and win hockey games for the MJHL.
Absolutely. Tyson, with the new rules for Division One, spots are becoming more and more limited. So an event like this is a massive opportunity for some guys. Just what does it mean, to the overall state of junior hockey that the two leagues can come together to give the players a kind of platform and elevate them a little bit more in an event like this?
Yeah, it's I think it's big for them. I think we've talked a lot about our own league showcase and realizing that maybe this is a better way to go about some of that stuff, combining with the SJHL. And I think there's been some since the first event, it's really come a long way in my opinion. And yeah, now with the rule change, there's 60, 70 some more teams that are going to be paying attention to some of these guys with the Western Hockey League teams. So the CHL teams, and so it's a really good event for exposure, and I know it's been well attended by scouts, and something that I think they now put on their calendar. And so we have to continue to work to make it better and keep improving on it so that it becomes a priority for teams to stop at throughout the year.
Yeah, that's something nice for kind of a new look, a new swing of things, get out of the routine of being the Virden Oil Capitals. But when that's done, you're going right back to the grind. And it seems like every game from here on out is going to have, a playoff feel to it because those points become so critical for you. How do you keep the guys, at a maximum level without burning out when you do hopefully achieve what you want to, and that's get into the playoffs?
Yeah, grind is right. You described it perfectly. It's going to be a grind every day here for us, and I think that's the fact that it is a grind and the fact that we are playing meaningful games can keep them focused and on task. But that's the thing that every coach wrestles with at this time of the year. How hard do you push them? How much rest do they need? What's your schedule look like? There's so many things that go into what you think about on a daily basis. What do you need to work on the most? I mean, at this level, there's all parts of our game that every team wants to improve on. So what do you pick out that you need to focus on the most at certain times? And providing some rest in a busy schedule too is sometimes difficult to do. So planning that kind of stuff out is key. But I think we're it's a grind. It's just we're in a playoff spot, or we're in a playoff spot till last night, and so we're right there. So I think the motivation to come to the rink every day and fight to get into the playoffs. And then we've seen before, not just with our team but with other teams. Once you get in, anything can happen. So that's our focus here, we'll work our butts off here every day until we're in, or until that's no longer a possibility.
We'll wrap up with this for you. I know that you've been on runs before, you've been in the playoffs before, but every year for an MJ coach and GM, it's a new group that gets you to where you want to go. But do you still get those same butterflies? Do you still get energized going to the rink, each and every game, especially as we turn into February in a week or so, the games become even more important. You still got that fire in you every day?
Yeah, every day. It doesn't matter what your record looks like, or whether you're in a playoff spot or not, or whether it's game one or game 58. I think that's why we're all here, because we love what we do. So there's some frustrating days, and there's some great days, and a bunch in between. So, but just trying to come to the rink and figure out where we can be better and what we can do better, and what makes us successful as a group is something that I really love, and really enjoy working with the group that we have here to try and make our team better every day. And so it's a pile of fun, and I love what I do.
Tyson, I appreciate the time today. Thanks for doing this, and best of luck to you in the Oil Caps the rest of the way.
Anytime. Thank you very much, Dave.